Parang nasaan tayo, clouds pero smog. Pahinga muna. After 2.5 hours of ride, couple more like kilometers before heading into Australian Capital Territory. It's a bit sad. Yeah, let's go. Philippines. Yes, we are driving our way to the capital city of Australia, Canberra. In this video, I'll share information on what I think of the Australian Capital Territory and Canberra, how it compares with Sydney, especially coming from a tourist or someone new to Australia. We'll visit popular tourist attractions throughout the course of this video, and later, I'll show you the highlight of our winter visit in ACT. So, stick around. This will be our first time traveling to this territory, so it's very exciting. Okay, let's go! From Sydney, Canberra is 280 kilometers away, which is equivalent to a 3-hour drive. It's a bit far, but the drive seems straightforward. We'll take 3 major motorways to get there: the M7, M31, and M23. Did you know that Canberra is located within the state of Sydney, that is New South Wales, but not really in New South Wales? Let me explain. In New South Wales, there's a landlocked territory called Australian Capital Territory where Canberra is actually located. That land area is administered by the federal government. That means we're actually heading outside of NSW in this road trip. We originally thought that this was a smog, but it is actually a big fog. It's kinda cool and scary at the same time. Through this fog, we are stopping over at a rest area called Kevin Whitley VC. Yeah, so we're just resting here because later we're gonna go to Canberra. It will be our first time to go to the Australian Capital Territory. So I just found out actually doing research yesterday that the ACT, Australian Capital Territory, is not actually a state. It's a territory that's administered by the federal government. There are other territories within Australia. Another one is the Jervis territory, which we had like a road trip a couple months back. And then we have the Northern Territory, that is north of South Australia. There are plenty more outside of Australia, like the Christmas Island and so on. So just a fun fact. Canberra sits in a territory, while Sydney is in a state. Canberra is the capital city of Australia, while Sydney is the capital city of New South Wales. In Australia, there are 6 states and several territories. The 6 states are Western Australia, South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, and Tasmania. For territories, there is the Northern Territory, several islands outside the mainland, and there are actually 2 territories in NSW, the ACT and Jervis Bay. This is Jervis Bay. We went here last year and I'm recently finding out that it is a popular destination among Sydneysiders. Interesting. Ano, kamusta kayo?
Pasok na kayo?
Yeah, giniginaw na sila. It's 11 degrees.
11.
Between territories and states, the former is ultimately controlled by the federal government, while the states are considered independent entities with self-governance. The landscape is yellow, grass is dead. Yes, it's definitely winter in Australia, and we're now entering the Australian Capital Territory. Our next stop is a Filipino restaurant. We're ready for lunch. Hello. So we're in Majura suburb in Canberra. We're gonna have lunch at Lolo and Lola. We are here at Lolo and Lola. This is a recommendation from our auntie and I'm quite delighted of this restaurant. The serving is huge and the food is very tasty. It's definitely Filipino cuisine. It's great that they have a quality Filo restaurant in Canberra. In Sydney, I have featured several popular Filipino restaurants before. Bagnet. Kain muna kami. Done with lunch, so I thought this suburb is called Majura, but it's actually Watson. And I think ito yung parang town center nila. Yeah, there's a supermarket here, grocery. So I initially thought Majura because the school's name here, the primary school, is actually Majura Primary School. So yeah, maybe it's because it's a border. Yeah, this area is already like Watson's. Yep. Okay, off to our next destination. Upon arriving here, my first impression of Canberra is like it is a city all to yourself. Considering it's a Saturday, there's not much people you can see on the streets and it's laid back. It has similar vibes to Adelaide, but more modern and formal. That makes sense since Canberra was only established from 1913. It's definitely unusual for me since you cannot find this vibe in Sydney City, where it is busier. Our next stop is just right around the corner. Australian War Memorial. Walking into the Australian War Memorial for the first time, you immediately feel the weight of history, but also a deep sense of connection. So we're here at the Australian War Memorial. This place was built during the Second World War to commemorate the sacrifices in the First World War. But right now it's just commemorating all of the conflicts that happened, that's happening currently. It's not just about Australia's past, but it's about people from all walks of life, including migrants, refugees, Indigenous Australians whose stories have shaped this nation's military history. Through personal letters, photos, and exhibits, these experiences come to life. Even if you're not Australian, the stories here speak to something universal: courage, loss, hope, and the shared human cost of war. As a visitor, you're also struck by the beauty of the place itself. The architecture is grand, yet peaceful. More than just a memorial, it's a place where history, landscape, and emotion meet. A landscape that's both picturesque and profoundly human. So we're done with the Australian War Memorial. It's a bit sad to be honest going here, knowing how violent our olden times. So, up next we're going to the Parliament House. And just beyond the memorial, stretching down the perfectly aligned Anzac Parade, is the Parliament House. That is our next stop.
Come on.
Yan.
Yan. Just hold tight. Just pull if it's
Artista! Artista!
Nagpapapicture din.
Yay!
Baka madala ka niya. Baka matangay ka niya.
Another reason why Canberra looks different is because it is a master-planned city. The streets are wide, there's not much traffic, and everything seems so spread out. In 1913, the Australian government held an international design competition for a brand new capital city. The winning design came from Walter Burley Griffin and his wife Marion, and they imagined a garden city inspired by geometry, symmetry, and natural landscapes. The result? Grand avenues, lots of green spaces, and a city built around a central lake, Lake Burley Griffin, named after him. like going to museums and galleries, Canberra has a lot to choose from. For this trip, we went to the National Gallery of Australia. Canberra's design puts a lot of focus on the separation of functions. So government, commercial, and residential areas are all in different zones, which is why it can feel a bit quiet or even sterile at times. As someone coming from Sydney's crowded energy, Canberra honestly feels like the city equivalent of a deep breath. It's kind of nice knowing every part of it was designed to flow. That's 12 hours in Canberra and 12 more hours to show. We stayed in Sibyl for the night and tomorrow we make our final stop. It's Sunday. We are heading to Corin Forest, which is outside of Canberra but still within the Australian Capital Territory. This is what my daughter is looking forward the most in this trip. Actually, the most popular winter destination is the Snowy Mountain, which is further down south and outside of ACT, already in NSW. We'll go there maybe some other time. Corin Forest is an excellent choice since we want to maximize our trip in ACT. We availed their snow play for $79 that includes a 1.5 hour snow play session with toboggan rental and snow clothing rental. Let me know if this price tag is worth it. For us, it sure is. Let me show you. Excited ka na, love. Balot na balot. Happy baby girl. You're like a starfish.
I want to see myself now.
Canberra and ACT is definitely a joy to visit at least one time as a tourist or if you are touring local from other states. It is easy to get here from Sydney. This territory and the capital city is beautiful as it is Masterplanned, but it can be a little quiet in the streets. It's very different from what I am used to in Sydney, being coastal, fast-paced, and having the iconic landmarks of Australia. Canberra and ACT is an excellent choice, especially during winter where you can visit Corin Forest too. But how about on other seasons? Is Canberra worth going to for the second time? Are there other must-visit spots in ACT? Sound off your recommendations in the comment section. Till the next video, see ya later.